All right, everybody. Welcome to today, May. Wow, it's crazy. The time's flying by. And I thought I'd just do a quick little video. I'm in line up at the ferry. Seems to be my life lately. You can see here's the harbor. And yeah. So, a couple things. I want to talk about how we've been programmed. Now, we all know my channel. Once again, Anthony Stewart here, Food for Thought. And we're questioning everything. And one thing that I feel strongly about now, we all know that, well, if you've heard my channel, you know that I believe in a animal-based, pretty much we should be carnivores, I believe. You can argue with me, like I said, but the nutrition found in meat you can't compare it. Once you break it down and you take a look at what is bioavailability, what is actual nutrient density, meat is unprecedented. Like, you can't tell me that there's anything that's more nutrient dense. So that being said, I get my nutrition from the flesh and fat of animals, seafood, eggs, and, fish, seafood, fish, but yeah. And, I'll eat chicken from time to time, and, I'll have bacon or pork, sure. But, predominantly my nutrients come from meat. Now, I was just in a lineup at the cafe. The only one thing I'm trying to get rid of, somebody's having an issue, is I do drink coffee, which, I'm not going to say. There's arguments all over the table about what is good for, the polyphenols are good for you, like the caffeine is bad for you. My take on coffee is it actually does get me through the day. So whether you want to call me addicted to it or not, I'm going to look at not as a net benefit. I'm going to look at it as something of a bridge, kind of a thing that I use to get through the day, so to speak. So I'm currently on a prolonged fast right now. I'm going to be fasting today, which means I won't eat till tomorrow, and I'll see how I go tomorrow. I got some work to do, so we'll see what time I break my fast, but probably be in the afternoon. Maybe I might even go 2 days fasting. It's just something that my uncle and I are going to do. We're doing a prolonged fast every day. But the reason I am making this one is because I was in line to get my coffee, and I was behind a couple people, and they were getting their lunch or whatever it was, and there's chili on the menu, which is fine, I guess, if you're down with that. But there was a vegetarian option. And this lady when she found out there was a vegetarian option, she was so happy because she thought, and you could tell by the way she was speaking, that, I better not have the meat, and I better have vegetarian because it's better. And I can get more nutrition out of it. You could tell that was the way she was thinking. And I have to be silent because it's not really my place to say anything. And could that be more wrong? That meat is the most nutritious thing in that chili, the meat and the fat. Now, I think, to be honest with you, what happened was, we found bone broth made from the bones of animals. When we included aromatic vegetables, that gave a depth of flavor. Now, we weren't really eating the vegetables for the sake of the vegetables, but they were adding some flavor to the broth. And you could argue with the same thing with a stock. With a meat stock. So stock is made from meat, broth is made from bones, I guess you could say. Now, the French cuisine and the Italian cuisine, where you start with a mirepoix, which is your aromatics, your onions, celery, and carrots. They're not there to be eaten. They're there to bring out the flavor of whatever you're stewing or, boiling, your meat stock or your bone broth. Those aromatic vegetables bring out flavor. In Italy, I think it's sofrito. In New Orleans, it's in Louisiana, you got your Holy Trinity, which is onions, peppers, and celery, I believe. So, and the sofrito, I think you just add parsley to that. But these vegetables were there for flavor. not for nutrition. Interesting, hey? So I think, we are so into this plant-based agenda that we're forgetting what got us here. And, when you're thinking about it, don't be fooled. That whole plant-based thing is to get you eating corn, wheat, and soy, hands down, and seed oils. Every ingredient that's in food, and they have to put vegetable oils in, is cheap and it's profit-driven. So, whether how much damage it's doing to your body, you just got to start being aware of this stuff. And, like I said, whole ingredient food, one ingredient food, put it together, you get a soup, put it together, you get a salad, put it together, you get a stew, is going to be better than packaged anything. So if you can start cooking from home, being in control of your diet, start including healthy fat, which is butter and the fat from animals, ghee. If you can cook with ghee, which is just clarified butter, then it's got a higher smoke point, and all the milk product, the milk solids are gone the way. Coconut oil is probably the best plant-based option if you have to go that route, because it cooks, it's got a little flavor, but it's a saturated fat and it's stable at room temperature. It seems like all the fats that are good for you, really good for you. Olive oil is one of those things. It's a monounsaturated, so it's not as bad as a polyunsaturated, which is vegetable oils and canola and grapeseed oil and sunflower, safflower, rice bran, all of them. Vegetable oil, corn oil. They're all volatile, and they've all been hydrogenated, and they've all been processed. So heat and chemicals are needed to get the oils out of those foods. Olive oils are cold pressed. There's a natural way about it. Avocado oil is kind of the same thing. So avocado oil, olive oil, if you have to. Coconut oil, best if you're on plant-based. But then use butter, beef tallow, lard. These are structurally sound at room temperature, which they're hard. They don't go bad. They don't go rancid. And if you've ever smelt a piece of meat that's rancid, you know it's not good. And these things, it's hard to do. The fat does not go bad. So all these things in consideration, what I'm trying to tell you is, please don't opt for the veggie option in the name of being healthier for you. It is not, and you can argue with me, but you know what? I'm working on about 3.5 years now studying this stuff, and I'm feeling great. And it's showing, and I think you should be in control of your own life, and I want you to feel great. And these things are put in our way, and I can help you find your own way. If you need some help, let me know. Comment below. Let me know your opinions. Please like and subscribe to this channel, and like this video with a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about anything, if I don't have an answer, or at least have an opinion, I'll do the research for you, because I understand the science now, and I understand how to interpret studies. And there is no such thing as nutrition science. We have been lied to, basically, because why? You can't to find out if something is good or bad, or cause and effect. In essence, you have to take genetic identical people, separate them at birth, and affect and have the same confounding variables, everything the same except for one thing. And that one thing, when at the end of their life, find out what it did to them. We can't do those studies. We can't ethically hurt people. So all the nutritional studies and all these things, these polyphenols, these carotenoids, these flavonoids, all the stuff that are pseudo good for us, are speculation. And they're taken in one thing. They're not the food matrix, or they're not, it's really complicating. And there's a lot of stuff out there that are just, they can doctor these studies any way they want, and make, the beef causes colon cancer, red meat causes colon cancer. That's a complete epidemiology, which means it's questionnaires and food surveys, and it's correlation data. It's comparative data. They They take stats and then they assume probabilities, and there's a whole science. There are statisticians that understand this stuff. And if you just understand that you need a controlled study, a controlled trial to dictate a cause and effect, then the world opens up to you. And all these things that they tell us are there's only a grain of truth. They're not real. And like I said, profit-driven agendas. Anytime someone wants to make money off you, they want you to consume more, whether it's good for you or not. And they'll find a reason to tell you why. One example, aside from the bodybuilding world, why would whey protein, powder protein, want you to eat 6 times a day, 6 shakes a day? Well, the more shakes you drink, the more protein you buy. And do you need it? It's arguable. We don't know. That's the thing. No one admits that they don't know for sure. They can just guess. And what's safe isn't exactly better. And what's safe isn't exactly, there's no nutritional value in a chemical safety. So be aware of this stuff, and we're going to figure it out together. So thanks guys for your time, and we'll talk soon.